Today I want us to talk about the different activities that we buy for our children, and especially when you have a neurodiverse child and you probably want to buy different activities for the home program. What do you do when you buy an activity such as this and you want to make sure that your child uses this activity several times? Now let me just pull this out so that you can see the different tiny pieces that this activity has. So you can see we have this little packet with nuts and bolts. And these are pretty tiny pieces. Quite tiny. Very easy to lose. And then we have these other pieces on the side. We have some screwdrivers and spanners there. And then we have a frame right here that you can use, and the children take. This is a great activity for fine motor skills. They can either use their fingers just to screw it in, and then on the other side they can put in the nut. Now you can choose to tighten it with your hands, or your child can use the screw to open it up, screwdriver to open it up. And they can make different activities. There is a guide for you as a parent. Start with simple activities and then move on to more complex activities. But the challenge is, after you have opened this activity for your child, you want your child to be able to use this activity over and over again. So parents, one of the things I'd like to encourage you to do is to teach your child to make a habit of tidying up. So for the neurodiverse children, you could have a song. Everybody tidy up, tidy up, tidy up. Everybody tidy up, just like Peter. And every time they hear that song, they know it's time to tidy up. So I'd like to just share with you some of the ways in which you can keep these activities and use them over and over again, ensuring that your child respects the material. So one of the things is ensuring that they tidy up. The second thing is you could get a container such as this one. And you could use these containers, and these you can get in the supermarkets, in the section for disposable items, whether disposable cups or party cups. You can find containers such as these. And this would be a great container for putting the nuts and the bolts, and maybe even the screwdrivers can fit in here. And then you can put the larger pieces, such as these, in a Ziploc bag. So I'd like to just show you, this is great for smaller items. So in this one, I have put letters, and these are stencils that we can use for spelling, because if my child is struggling to read or to write, then I can use these stencils to help them learn how to spell, and even to learn the sounds if they are struggling. But even if they're not struggling, this is a great way to be able to teach your child and change the method in which you teach them. Now here are some activities that I have put in a Ziploc bag. And these again, you can get from the supermarket. So easy Ziploc bag with all my activities inside. And when they finish, I ask them, let's tidy up. Another little pointer would be, please give your child one activity at a time. Please do not allow them to have 2 activities at a time, because this activity does not match this activity. This is a complete activity on its own. Allow them to finish their activity and then you say tidy up. Then they put them in the different places that you have assigned, and then they can have a different activity. This way, they will learn that every activity has a purpose. So for example, this particular activity has to do with pretending to be a doctor. And you can teach them the different names of the items that a doctor uses. Please do not think that your child is too young to learn difficult terminology such as a stethoscope or a microscope or capsules for medication. Injection is easy to learn. All these are great for building their language, and you can use that opportunity to help them build language. Or for children who are struggling with speech, this is a great activity for imitation, because imitation is also a stage in the development of a child's speech. Now, one last item I would like to share with you. Here we have the piping wire. Piping wire is great for beading. This is a packet and you can just open it up. And because it has so many pieces, you can just use one piece at a time. Or if you do need to use two, then you can take two. Maybe you would like them to practice beading, but maybe one piping wire is too short. So you can just join the two, but make sure that you do it rather tightly so that the bead can go through, especially if you're using tiny beads. Then you do need to make this twist rather tight. So there you are, and now you have a much longer piping wire than the one you had before. Now, this particular packet was about 150 shillings, and for 150 shillings, you get quite a number of pieces.